Like, I didn't even watch Gamescom. Yeah. I didn't watch it, and I was like going through the list, like, oh my god, they showed a lot of shit.
Well, you also have to. Not all of this stuff is like new games, but like. I want to.
No, a lot of them have been talked about before, yeah. Some of them are new, some of them are release dates, some of them are like release time frames. We're getting ahead of ourselves. I didn't even get to start this thing. What have you been playing? What'd you play this week?
Not a mobile game. Well, no, I've been playing mobile games, but the other day we went Callie and I went shopping with Sawyer, and we just happened to stop by GameStop, and they had like the $5 discount bins, so I figured I'd take a look. Ended up picking up Avengers, Code Vein.
Okay.
What the hell was the other two? For Christ's sakes.
Played the demo for Code Vein. That was fun.
I want to say Injustice.
Really?
I don't remember what the fourth one was though. But I figured for $5 it's worth giving it a shot.
Injustice or just all of them?
All of them.
Okay. I'll vouch for Code Vein because the demo was fun, and Injustice is a really good fighting game.
Code Vein is fun, but it is hard too. I didn't realize it would be hard at the beginning. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a button smasher, but at the same time, I'm still trying to get used to the battle system, but it's interesting.
Okay.
What about you?
I just recently downloaded Kirby and the Forgotten Land, so we've been working our way through that. We've been collecting all the Waddle Dees per level, and we're up to the 4th boss right now with everything. Yeah. So we've just been working on that and having fun.
Yay!
It's a fun game, and it has 2-player too, so Amelia can join in and just wander around and not mess up anything.
Oh yeah, I forgot you've been having her try games.
She played through Kirby's demo like by herself, just running through it with no problem. I'm like, cool.
Oh yeah, I remember when you had me try it out. She was like, "You got to do this. You do this yet?"
Yeah, she knows what to do.
Oh, that was cool. I'm still not sure what I want Sawyer to try because a lot of my games are like story, RPG, reading, things like that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think might have him try Pokemon, but at the same time, he's also not going to be able to read anything.
Not ready for that. Yeah. Well, Pokemon, what was it? Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu, he could probably manage because you don't have to do the fighting with that. You run around the normal thing, and you just throw Pokeballs at him.
Now, what console is that? Because...
Switch, yeah.
Yeah, because the
only downside.
Callie's got the 3DS. I still only have the SP. So
just save up a couple $100 and get a Switch. It's easy.
I'm trying. This kid's expensive.
And you guys want to have another one?
Hey, she's the one pushing for it.
Oh, so it's all the woman's fault now.
I'm more than happy to have another child. But I'm also very willing to wait.
We're kicking around the idea of a vasectomy lately because we're like, do we want another one? Do we not? I don't know. So it's a thought.
To be honest, it really all depends on if we get pregnant again, what the gender of the next baby's going to be. Because I know she has her heart dead set on having a girl. But
we wanted to have a boy too, and ended up with 2 girls. So why tempt fate?
Yeah, that's what.
End up with 3 girls.
Yeah, that's what her worry is. It's gonna be like Megan, Callie's friend Tara. her aunt and uncle kept aiming for a girl, and they ended up with 5 boys.
Holy shit! Wow.
So she's like, "Oh shit, what if that happened?"
That's unfortunate.
So that's where we're not sure if we want to aim. If we have after the second one, if we get a girl, we'll probably stop. But if we get another boy, probably try for a third one down the line.
All right. I know that we talked about having 3, but I think we might stick with 2. Still up in the air, but as of right now, we're not doing anything. And I'm going to try something before we get going. I'm just going to introduce the podcast.
Okay.
Oh. So hello and welcome, everybody. This is the Ramblepack Podcast. I'm your host, Adam, and you are?
Mike De Oliveira. How you doing?
Howdy. And we're just going to talk about gaming news for the week rather than doing the pre-recorded shit at the beginning or at the end and forgetting about it every week. Let's just throw it in the middle of the podcast when we first start.
Works for me.
Make life easier and just keep rolling.
Oh, yeah.
So, Mr. PlayStation, which is you, because apparently you take the role of Sony and I take the role of Xbox when we talk about shit. Microsoft finally admitted that they sold half as many PS4s, or half as many Xbox Ones as PS4s.
Yeah.
Which everybody knew, of course.
Oh, absolutely.
It's just they finally said, yeah, we sucked. But at least they finally said about how much, yeah.
Oh, yeah. But notice how they're still hush-hush on any future sales at this point.
Well, that was just the Xbox One. They're not talking about the new consoles.
Oh, absolutely.
And of course, that was like, what, going on 10 years ago now? So they're like, yeah, it's fine to release that information now.
Yeah, but it also goes kind of confirms the fact that Microsoft's not really gonna admit to being behind or anything like that. They're not as almighty as they.
See, I agree and disagree with that because they're now focused on 2 different areas. Whereas Sony was like, let's make all these giant AAA movie-style games, which they did and they were great. And Xbox is like, come to our platform. We've got a shit ton of games. Yeah. And you've seen Sony pivot doing their PlayStation Plus now, which is starting to go along the lines of Game Pass. And then Xbox is working on finishing up the Activision Blizzard merger and however other many companies they plan to acquire later on. That it's funny I say that because that leads right into another thing that Phil Spencer, the head of Xbox, said, where he thinks that we're gonna see less and less console exclusivity with games. It seems like, and I just said this, that markets are moving to an ecosystem-based thing where it's like the Netflix of whatever now. You have a catalog of stuff, you have access to it, you can play it. And Xbox is pushing it to be play from wherever now. The only problem with that is all these companies are buying each other and saying, well, we own this, so they're part of our ecosystem, and who knows if it's going to be on yours.
Right. The way I understood it, unless I misread the article, where it's like, you don't have console exclusivity, that also means more games like Destiny, where I can play with you, and you have an Xbox. I can play on my PlayStation.
See, that would be cool too, to have like cross-play for a lot of shit, or just having that door open,
Right.
or like pre-baked into the consoles would be cool.
Because he said it best in the article that you were talking about, was we spent a whole oh my god. We spend the money to buy a console for our kid, and their best friend, their parents spend money on the opposite console. They don't have either family doesn't have money to buy the other one at that point, and they don't get to hang out with each other because mom and dad made the wrong decision.
Especially when they're already about the price of a laptop.
Oh, absolutely, even more. Are you kidding me? Even talking about that, freaking laptops are through the fucking roof at this point. I helped my brother the other day pick out his laptop for school. And I'm looking at the prices, I'm like, are you fucking serious? I'm looking at the...
Well, remember, there was a chip shortage for a while, too, and they're finally making more semiconductors for that stuff, which also hit Sony and Xbox for their consoles. Which is why they were so backlogged.
I understand that, but I'm looking at specs that they're toting about, like the RAM and the storage and everything like that on a laptop my 10-year-old computer. Granted, mine was on the higher end, meant for Adobe stuff at that time.
Sorry.
That's okay. But
Hang on. There, now I know where to cut.
but I'm looking at it. I'm like, my computer was good for that time to be able to handle the Adobe products and stuff for my graphic design class. And some of the specs on computers that they're selling now, for close to the price I paid for mine almost 10 years ago. And the specs are a hell of a lot worse. I'm like, are you fucking serious?
What surprised me too is a lot of the laptops, before I got mine, since I needed a new one, so I was like, I haven't looked at laptops in years, so I'm going to look. All the laptops I found for the specs that I wanted, every single one had an SSD in it. Like, since when did we move from regular hard drives to SSDs now?
It's been a couple of years like that. I actually had my hard drive replaced a year or two ago to an SSD. Because it's I'm trying to remember because it was my work's tech that did it. I'm trying to remember how he explained it, because the way the spinning hard drive can't keep up with the processing.
That makes sense. Well, it doesn't help that laptops have a SO-DIMM. I think they have no, that's the memory. It's basically the type of memory and hard drive that laptops use that are specialized. So I guess it makes more sense to put an SSD in there, but they're still rather expensive, because there's no moving parts. They're specialized.
Oh, right. I think I ended up paying them like $100, $200, something like that, to replace the hard drive.
For how big though?
A terabyte, which is what I had.
A terabyte SSD, and you got it for $100? You got it for a steal.
Yeah.
Jeez. Well, at least you got it.
I'll take it. I'm not going to complain. It made my computer last longer. I'm using it right now.
There you go.
Seeing as mine is running faster than Callie's, and we bought her computer a couple of years ago, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah. What do you think about like the whole ecosystem idea, such as like Games Pass and PS Plus? Because think about it. When I think about that, I think about it how we started off, where everything was like all on a floppy disk, and then it moved to cartridges, which I think were all like flash memory with a battery inside to keep it alive. Or most of them were something like that. And then it moved to discs with memory cards. And then it just moved to straight up downloads onto hard drives. And now it's just play it wherever from the cloud or download it in its own environment. You don't have to go out and buy a disc or anything like that.
I don't know.
What do you think about it now, and where do you think it's going to go later?
Like we've talked about we've talked about in the past my opinion on this type of stuff, because I'm going to be old school and want a tactile item for me to hold and say it's my own.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I want to say like you likened it to Netflix and stuff like that. That's exactly what it is. It's you pay for the subscription, you have access to the library. Use whatever you want.
Until that goes away.
Right.
The only catch to that is that at least Xbox gives you a discount if you choose to buy the game, and then you can just download it and you have it.
True. But I don't know.
But say it's some kid 10 to 12 years old, and their parents buy them a subscription to Games Pass or PlayStation Plus. Yeah. Excuse me. That's all they have. They don't have the ability to buy the games. They just have access to these, and they can play them. But once they're gone, they're gone.
Right. Mom and Dad decide, hey, it's
too
much money. I'm not gonna pay for this anymore.
Yeah.
You have a dead computer at that point.
I guess it's just a matter of how you look at it. But like I struggle to figure out or try to imagine where they're gonna go from here, because everything's going to like cloud-based stuff. and being able to access games from wherever and however you want. But, like, what about physical games? What do you do about downloading them? What about if these things go away? How are you going to access them still?
Right. Uh, and that leads back to my gripe about where, all right, you buy the games on a console. It's a digital download. You buy it, like when I bought the Final Fantasy games on PS3. PS4 came out and I had to upgrade to the PS4 next, but it didn't port over because it
Right.
wasn't compatible, even though it was the same flippin' game that was emulated from a previous port.
And that's like one of the problems that Nintendo had, because they're shutting down their shit, and there's no way to have these games if you downloaded them. You either have to re-download them onto your thing and keep it on there forever and keep that thing alive, or you just don't have it.
Right.
Which is a really shitty thing.
Pretty much.
There just needs to be a better idea for these, or better solutions.
Right. I don't know. I don't know enough of the back end as far as maintenance and stuff like that, but they have to figure out. I'm for catalogs. I'm more for a catalog idea now, so long as no matter where I'm able to access it, whatever games I want. Whatever games you put on there needs to stay.
Yes. So, Steam.
Yeah, basically. No matter what.
Except that Steam, you buy them. Sorry for cutting you off.
But it shouldn't matter what. If I'm on PS3, PS4, PS20, whatever. I played the one game. I should be able to start it on 3, pick it up again from where I left off on 7, or whatever.
So I like that you said that, because that was a big deal in like the Xbox community and stuff when the Xbox One and all them just came out. Backwards compatibility was a big deal, and people wanted to be able to play their old games. So Xbox was like, okay, we'll make it work, and that's how they came up with the backwards compatibility stuff for the 360.
Yeah.
And like gave you cloud storage for your save games, so you just port it onto the cloud, move over to the Xbox with the game. You still had all your stuff there, still had your saves and everything, could still play the game just fine, even with the discs as well. So,
Excuse me.
they had a solution. It didn't encompass the entirety of the library, which was unfortunate. But they still did a really damn good job about bringing over what they could.
Yeah. I just think these companies could do better, to be honest, especially with what they're.
Yeah, I mean everybody can do better, but yeah, there needs to be better solutions to the ones they have. But what they have now is okay, in my opinion, at least.
Oh,
You can tell me to fuck off. It's okay.
no, it's at this point you can only have optimism and hope it just gets better from here.
Yeah, remember, at the end of the day, they are a company and they need to make money. As shitty as that is to say and try to remember, it's what they're there for.
They need to make money, yes, but at the same time, also remember there's making money and then there's being corporate greedy. If you're gonna re-release a fucking game and make me buy the new packaging, at least give me the benefit of the doubt and replay from where I'm at in the previous version. Instead of making me go through the hoops and ladders to redo shit. I'm looking at you, Kingdom Hearts, with 1.5 and 2.5 and all that crap.
So with you saying that, I've got a question for you.
Uh-huh.
Last of Us Part 1 came out.
Mm-hmm.
Did great. Then they re-release it for the PS5 with updated graphics, textures, and all that fun stuff. And then they just remade it again with new AI, even better graphics, and all that fun shit. Do you think that's corporate greed and they're just looking to... I think this game was also $70 this time instead of $60.
Yeah.
Do you think that's justified? I don't even know if you could carry over your save file either. I think each one is its standalone thing and you have to replay it all. I don't know. I didn't look into it. I'm just assuming.
I don't know, to be honest. I've never played any of the iterations of them, so I couldn't do the comparison. I'm assuming it would be along the lines of like with Final Fantasy doing remaking 7, where
Not to that level.
well,
Definitely not what this is.
well, I'm saying along the lines of where people were worried about, oh, they're gonna remake the game exactly as it is, just with updated graphics and stuff like that, and people were worried that it would just be boring like that and that type of thing. I don't know.
That feels more like an apples to oranges comparison with The Last of Us, though.
Is it?
Yeah, they really didn't do much to make it stand out. My question, I guess, is when is a remake or a remaster one of those and not just a re-release?
True.
Because, I mean, you can update textures and graphics and change a few things to, like, quality of life improvements and things like that, too. But at the end of the day, if it doesn't change anything core about the game or how it plays, it's still the same game. You just have to buy it again.
Yeah.
And it just looks shinier and cleaner.
Yep, pretty much.
And you're always going to have diehard people that buy that. I mean, fucking, I bought No More Heroes for the Nintendo, for my Wii, and then whatever else on the Switch like 2 or 3 times over because I love that game. It's all the same shit all times, but I'm like, I can't carry it over. I'll just buy it again. So that's my own fault.
No, I'm the same way. Again, back to the Kingdom Hearts 1.5, 2.5 crap. I had 1 and 2 on the PS2. 1.5 and 2.5 came out on PS3. PS4, they re-released it on the PS4. Still the same fucking game.
Mm-hmm.
Just got the updated version. Granted, that was also on the heels of me salivating over 3, but waiting for it to come out.
They put it back in your head, so you're like, I gotta play again. Just give me it.
Pretty much. I got to get my crack.
Damn it, they got me.
Damn you, mouse.
Well, I don't even know what movie. I think it's from. No. Never mind. I'm not even going to say because I don't remember what movie it is. But all I can think of is the one mobster dude going, just when I think I've gotten out, they pull me back in.
Oh my god. It must be.
That's Godfather?
Maybe. I know it's Al Pacino. That much I know.
Yes.
I
don't know.
It could be for some reason it could be The Godfather, but for some reason in my head
I'm not a big movie person, so I have no clue.
I'm not a.
I just know it was him, and he was a mobster.
I'm not a big mobster movie fan. I'm for some reason I'm saying it might be Scarface, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, how do you feel about? I know you haven't bought one yet. And I don't know if you were looking to get one. And it's not affecting us, thankfully, but what do you think about the PS5 increasing their sales? Like, the price.
I can't afford it now.
Guess what? The US is out of that increase, though. It's only Mexico, Japan, Canada, Australia, and the UK.
Yeah, because we have no stock. Once they start coming in, then the prices are going up.
They don't have a stock either. Sony is a Japanese company, and they still don't have stock. So.
Oh Jesus! I don't know.
And what's killing me about that too is they have sold, or they did sell more than the Xbox, and they're making a lot of money on things. So why are they increasing their prices for them?
That's my thinking too. I'm assuming they might be increasing it to, I don't know, to supplement the cloud system games, so they're the PS Plus or whatever.
But sure, but I'm pretty sure I read that they were like making a profit on PS5 sales as it was. So what would be the point of increasing the prices aside from just like a supply and demand thing? But if you're already making a profit on them to begin with, why do you need to increase the price again?
Well, probably thinking, hey, if the scalpers can get away with selling our stuff for $200-$300 over, why can't we?
Right after that too, like in that same day, both Xbox and Nintendo both came out and were like, yeah, we're good. We're keeping our prices the same. Like they didn't reference Sony and stuff. They just came out and was like, I can't remember word for word what they said, but Xbox was like, prices are staying the same, and then Nintendo put out a statement and said, yeah, we're not increasing our prices either. So it's like, slam dunk.
Pretty much. Which then, at that point, also leads into the announcement of the Pro controller.
Oh, the Dual Edge
Yeah.
or Dual Sense Edge or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about Gamescom now, or do you want to talk about it later after the other stuff?
Let's.
I'm upset about a couple things, so I can either talk about it now or wait.
Let's talk about the controller first, just because
Okay.
I want to give my beef on that. I've seen I don't know. I've never owned a PlayStation 5, so I have no idea how the controller feels.
Okay.
From my visual reference that I remember it in my head, the new controller isn't really any different than the old controller. Yeah, it's customizable and stuff like that, and cool. You can program your own sensitivity on how you want to play in each individual game. I guess. But
You and I have very different mentalities on games, my friend.
I'm casual. I don't care about that stuff.
See, I don't have a PS5, and I'll play the PS3 when I want to play like Legend of the Dragoon or something. But the idea that Sony is finally getting a customizable quote-unquote pro controller is exciting. To me. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. It's great. Increased haptics, you get to program your controls, all that fun shit.
Yeah, but you also have to. I don't know. I think that more aligns with your programmer side, where like I'm good on that part.
Well, you're paying a premium for a good controller. It's just like the Xbox's Elite Series controllers. Those things are hefty. They're $150, but they're nice controllers.
I'm sure, but I don't play.
But
I don't play the games often enough to justify it. Nor, and I'm gonna admit it. I'm a shitty gamer.
Nah, I'm sure you're fine.
I'm okay. I'm okay with the original controller. For Christ's sakes, I'll go out and buy a third-party controller, and I'll probably be fine.
You do well on Destiny. You're fine.
It doesn't help that the first one made it easier for noobs to actually hit a target.
I don't know. I'm excited. I don't care about the controller, but that's exciting that Sony has the equivalent of the Xbox Elite Series ones now. They're good controllers, and I expect good things out of this one.
Well, one of the things that, as far as it's good on the fact that like there are people that are going to enjoy it, but also one of the theories that at least the article that I read is because they're going to be releasing it around the same time as the VR2. And
oh, I didn't even see that. I know that that's not until the beginning of next year.
That's when they're thinking of or at least they're expecting it to be released. The controllers, and they're estimating that if that's the case, that they're coming out with a pro controller, and maybe waiting on that, they might be announcing a PS5 Pro at that point.
Wonder what that would look like. Oh, but that's not going to make other markets happy. If they just increase the price of the PS5s, how much could a pro version of that be?
Right. Well, I don't even know what the price increase was. What are they?
It was kind of variable. I mean, everybody's got their own currency, but I think I saw anywhere from like 50 to 100. But it's all dependent on regions too, because like Australia, you spend a shit ton of money on games compared to here. Mm-hmm. Like we'll buy them for like 50 or 60. They spend like 80 or 90 on a game.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, a lot different.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
It's also a little weird for them to want to put out the controller around the same time as the VR, because then you've got two things fighting for that market space too. Because it's like, do you get one or do you get the other?
Right.
Now, I'm sure people will be able to get both, but that's not what I'm talking about.
I'm sure where the Pro controller is probably geared towards people who are going to be more more apt to use it, you're gonna get it anyways, type of thing.
Yeah, and then the VR could be like more the casual side.
Pretty much. They're not too concerned with.
I don't know anything about their original VR. Like I don't know anybody that played it or how well it worked.
I don't know, half the games that I heard came out for it. It was just free. So
Resident Evil 7 was a VR game.
was it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, they made a VR version of
Yeah.
it.
I know they did. I know they did an. It was either Iron Man or an Avengers VR.
Iron Man, I think.
They did a Kingdom Hearts VR. I think they did.
Whoa, really?
I think so. It was very short lived. It wasn't much. It was janky at best. I want to saw from the videos.
Oh yeah. Not surprising.
Oh, for the love of God! What the hell? What the hell? Oh, the Jurassic World. They had a Jurassic World VR, which was pretty cool.
Okay.
But for the most part, they were for
Fancy. Okay. So, Gamescom.
yes.
I counted it last time, and I don't remember what the number was.
Well, let's just put it.
But they talked about a shit ton of things.
Well, put it this way. I numbered on my notes. I stopped at 27, and I haven't finished that list.
Yes. Which one did you stop on again?
Honkai.
I don't want to say Honkai.
Yeah.
I was going to just say some random word, and I knew it was going to be wrong, so I didn't want to say it. Honkai Star Rail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 more. 18 more games, not counting the Pokemon car and the podcast.
Oh Christ! I'm halfway over. Just a little over halfway.
Yeah. So, yeah, they showed off a lot of games. But like we talked about earlier, a lot of them were things that have already been shown off their stuff and just got an extra, like, release date or a gameplay trailer or a story trailer.
True. But a lot of that stuff I haven't seen yet, so pretty cool.
You want to kick it off then? Tell me what you're excited about that you saw so far.
Well, actually, let's go in order, because I have too many pages to go back and forth.
Okay.
Starting off with everywhere. Notes I got. Weird video. Not exactly sure what it's about.
No idea either. The only thing I can say about that is the technologies that they were looking to use to make the game are similar to NFT technology. Not that there is NFTs in the game, but they were looking at those kind of technologies to utilize in the game. Plus, I believe this is the game that's made by what is it? The studio was founded by a guy named Leslie, I believe, who was one of the original people who started Rockstar. Like, he broke off from making GTA and stuff and started his company and made everywhere.
Yep. That I remember reading. Basically, the feel I got out of it was like it's Minecraft meets Fortnite meets some type of racing game based off the trailer.
See, with the trailer, it made me think like you're just hopping in different, I guess, dimensions, and you can do different kinds of games with it.
Okay, so that's probably why people were liking it, making it akin to like the metaverse type of situation.
Yeah, I guess that's. I'm so tired of hearing that moniker, but that fits. Yeah.
So I don't know. Now that I'm thinking about it a little bit more, and that we're talking it out, it's starting to. It sounds like it's trying to go the route that I was talking about of the type of game I wouldn't mind playing. Where they have like unique things that only your character can have or do or whatever. Where you were talking about NFT type of systems. So that wouldn't be a bad. That wouldn't be bad to try out to see how that goes.
Okay. Do you know anything about Dune?
I know. All I know is it's a video game. I know squat.
So you didn't read the books or watch the movie?
Didn't even know it was a book. I just know.
All right.
I just know the movies.
Fair enough.
I just know that the movie that came out is a remake. Was a reboot of the crappy movies that had Patrick Stewart in it.
That was directed by the same guy who directed Twin Peaks, I think.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it's based off of a very long, old series of books. I think there's 3 of them. But they're thick novels. But they're really, really good. The fact that they're making an open world MMO based off it, though, is kind of interesting.
It looks pretty.
Yes, it does. That trailer was very pretty. Seeing the tank blow up in the worm's mouth was really neat.
Literally, my first note was, trailer looks sick!
Yes. It was very pretty.
I think my only thing granted, it's a teaser trailer, and I understand that, but I need to see game footage before I really give an opinion. Trailer looks pretty.
That's fair. Well, they definitely didn't show off anything.
Right.
They're just like, it's an MMO. It's coming sometime.
Right.
Look at this pretty stuff. See you later.
Yeah, because they'll probably go the route of the Final Fantasy games and be like, hey, here's a pretty cinematic scene. Here's your janky-looking character for gameplay.
Hopefully not.
I hope not.
I don't even know who's making it, so I don't know. Because usually you'll see a pretty trailer and then see who's making it, and then you're like, yep, I know how it's going to be.
Yeah,
So I have no clue who's the developers on this one.
same. Which is probably going to worry me because they probably don't want to be known. Watch it be Activision.
No. That's all I have to say. All right, what's next?
Back to the Callisto Project.
Protocol.
Is it Project? What, I mean, Protocol? Where the hell did I get Project from? Jesus Christ.
Yes. A game that we've seen a couple times, but they showed more gameplay and it was very gory.
I like the way it looks.
Have you played Dead Space?
I have not.
They made Dead Space. This looks like Dead Space, but a different character and a lot darker and a lot gorier.
Oh, yeah.
If you like the look of this, you'll like Dead Space.
Yay!
I'll just say that.
Listen.
At least the first one. The 2 and 3, you can skip those.
Listen, when one of the achievements that I've been told is going to be for this game is you get an achievement for seeing every single death you can possibly have in this game, it's going to be a fun game.
You're going to be there a while. Based on what they showed so far and what you can do and how things interact with each other in that game, you'll probably be there a while.
Yeah, and it kind of blows out of the water the idea of, hey, there's a zombie, blow his head off. Oh shit, he's still moving.
Mm-hmm. So like that, I don't know their main, I guess, way of destroying these creatures, but in Dead Space, you had a similar kind of weapon, but it was called a plasma cutter, and the way to take out the crazy aliens that you're killing are by shooting off their limbs with a plasma cutter. Like they have giant scythe arms and crazy legs and shit like that, and you can turn it like vertical or horizontal, and you can aim at their limbs and you shoot them off or shoot off their face and shit, and that's what stops them.
I don't know shit.
It's a very interesting mechanic. Plus, no HUD. Everything that you needed was on your gun's visor when you aim it, or on your exosuit. On the spine of it is a little bar that goes like from green to yellow to red when you're losing health. No HUD other than that.
Oh, so that's what that bar was all about. Okay.
Yeah. That's another holdover from when they made Dead Space. You can see a lot of the influence. If you go and watch trailers or gameplay of Dead Space and then go watch the Callisto Protocol, you can see that, yeah, that they borrowed a lot of stuff, but like I said, they made Dead Space, so it makes sense.
It's their own properties. They'll do what they want with it.
It was.
Let's see. Lords of the Fallen actually looks pretty cool. Gave me a lot of
Yes.
the Lord of the Rings vibes.
Me too. Sad that I didn't get to see anything else about it, but the trailer was fun to watch.
Like when you saw the big stony hand thing in the ground, kept thinking, "Oh my God, this is Sauron. What the hell?"
Just that first like Black Knight in the armor was just like, oh. He's cool.
Uh-huh. Oh man.
But that's all that was for that. It's worth checking out the trailer because it's pretty.
Oh, absolutely.
Moving Out 2. If you played Moving Out, it's more of the same.
I have never played Moving Out, and literally my first note is W2EF. What the fuck is it?
What you saw is what the game is.
You're just me.
You're taking the stuff inside and putting it outside as quick as you can.
So it's basically pastime. Mine.
Yeah, it's one of those cute little pastime kind of games. Kind of like, oh fuck, I lost the name of it. It's a 1 to 4 player cooking game, and you work together to make the shit, but I cannot think of it now. Me and Meg played the shit out of that game, too. I can't think of it now. Oh, well.
It wouldn't be a bad idea.
Does Callie?
Huh?
Go ahead.
No, I said it wouldn't be a bad idea of a game to try out if you're just like have an hour to kill and need something to do.
Yeah. I was just about to say, is Callie excited about Hogwarts Legacy? Does she know about it?
I don't think she knows about it, but if it's... I don't remember seeing if it's going to be PS4, but if it is, maybe Christmas present?
For some reason, I doubt it, but...
I doubt it, too, because
Never know.
it looks too nice.
And you say Christmas present's not out until February of next year.
I can pre-order it.
Touche. Yeah, I don't know anything about Harry Potter, so has no impact on me.
I do. I think it's a cool concept.
Mm-hmm.
I was just curious until I saw like an earlier trailer about it that explained like when it takes place and stuff like that. It made and now it makes sense because I'm like, how does this even work, or how is this even going on after the Harry Potter shit? But
see, I didn't even consider that angle. I am only viewing it as what people are excited about, and it's the ability to live in that world and be your own... I almost said magician. Oops. Be your own wizard. Like, just being able to wander the halls and learn stuff and do things on your own. I think that's what people are more excited about.
Oh, absolutely. I think that's pretty cool, the fact that you can actually be sorted into your own house and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they'll let you use unforgivable curses or unspeakable curses, whatever.
I don't know what that means.
There's 3 spells that you can't use, or you basically go to jail type of thing. One is an insta-kill. One is basically you're causing them an immeasurable pain. And I'm trying to remember what the hell.
It's okay. You don't have to rack your brain. I'm not worried about it. No offense. I'm just... it's whatever.
Again, another game that looks pretty, and I think Callie would like it.
Yes, it does look pretty. One that came out of nowhere for me, a new Tales of the Borderlands game. I'm assuming you haven't played any Telltale games?
Nope.
Like The Walking Dead, or they had a Game of Thrones one. They had one called The Wolf Among Us. No.
I've never played any of the Telltale games. The trailer looked funny. It just makes me think, especially the type of humor that they had in it, it just makes me think, why haven't I looked into the other installments of Borderlands? But
so Borderlands is not this type of game. Borderlands is like Destiny, but funny.
okay.
It's 2 is their best one in my opinion. I haven't played 3 because I had no drive, because I burnt out on 2 hardcore because I played it so damn much. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. But Borderlands itself is literally a looter shooter. They always tout that they have 5 bazillion guns because of like their systems to generate the guns itself. So it's like you kill a boss, and it's like a shower of colorful weapons that come out.
Oh, god damn.
That's what kind of game it is. They're fun. They're good shooters, but this is more of a interactive story kind of game.
Okay. It's hilarious.
But Tales of the Borderlands has always been sarcastic and funny. Yes. So the fact that they're making another Telltale game is interesting. But welcome. Really quick on a couple of these because I don't know shit about them. Dying Light 2 new DLC. Woohoo.
I'm assuming the game's an apocalyptic battle royale. I don't know.
Zombie apocalypse. It's like after the apocalypse, people have learned to survive with the zombies around, and now it's more factions of people are fighting for land and territory.
Oh, okay.
But it's first-person parkour shooter melee stuff.
Okay.
It's a neat game.
Looks interesting.
But I'm surprised that they announced DLC. Like, I know that they had some issues with releasing the game and then after that. So, the fact that DLC is coming out now is interesting. Excuse me.
The next one, I didn't really care for.
Tortuga?
Yeah, it's... I don't know. I didn't like the trailer. I'm good.
I didn't watch the trailer, so no idea.
Basically, you can build your own ship. It looks like a strategy type game. I think.
Okay, so this is just sounding more and more like Skull and Bones then, which was a pirate-themed Ubisoft title. Do the same thing.
I couldn't. I haven't played that one either. So, but.
Nah. Well, that's not even out yet, so don't worry. You're not missing anything.
Oh, okay.
All right then. Marauders. This sounds up my alley. A first-person shooter that's a horde mode shooter. Yeah. Give me some of that. That shit's fun.
I saw people playing it, and it looked cool. I like the concept of it. Where it's a mix of hunting down NPCs and other players. The fact that you can go from planet to planet or space station to space station, going after these people. I like the fact that I saw literally one guy. They're driving a spaceship and then fire missiles at another one and it just go. Nope, don't die.
Do you want me to talk about Destiny? Does it matter?
Go ahead.
I mean, there's nothing really to say. We knew that Lightfall was coming because that's their next expansion. They just finally showed off where it's going to be and what's going on. It's going to be on Neptune.
Yay!
Yeah.
It's actually, from what I heard, it's supposed to be noob friendly.
We'll see. They've been trying to make it easier for newer people to come in and understand the game, and they've done a handful of things. Like with this season that just came out last week, they implemented a quest that teaches you how to actually craft their weapons and how to upgrade them, how to get them, and they have made some changes to like the onboarding for new players, like how you learn how to play the game before you're thrown into the world and not know what to do. So still working on it, but they've done better.
Okay.
But they're also interesting, like looking for group within the game now and adding player commendations for when you play with groups. People can say, "Oh, this person helped me out with this," or "They're great at doing this."
Right.
Just another way to like keep the community working together, basically.
Right. Well, what I find nuts about, and I don't know how true the article I read was saying that this is the second to last expansion before the story conclusion of Destiny 2.
Yep. We got Lightfall, and then I think the year after that they're doing the Final Shape is what it's called.
Yeah, because
it's all part of the story stuff, which those titles would make sense.
Okay.
Maybe we'll do a podcast one of these days, and I'll tell you the story of Destiny, because it's long, but it's super, super interesting.
So now my question is, at that point, does that mean there's going to be a Destiny 3 at that point, or...?
They have said outright that they don't plan on making a 3. They're making upgrades and changes to the current engine to keep it going for as long as they can. After the last expansion, Destiny is not over. the Light and Dark saga, which is what they're working on now, will be done.
Yeah.
But they plan to make more stuff after that. Plus, they're looking at doing other types of media for like the Destiny universe itself too. So they have people that are hiring for, I think, mobile games. They've talked about other quote unquote media, which people are speculating that it could be a TV series or maybe like even a cartoon or anime series. Could even be a movie since Sony bought them. They're looking to expand like the universe itself in other ways, but they're not done with Destiny as a whole yet.
Oh, Jesus.
Yep.
Just don't butcher it if you do a movie. That's all I ask.
Do you care about Sonic Frontiers?
The trailer looks better than the gameplay footage we saw a while back. It doesn't look as much.
Yeah, they finally showed actual running.
Yeah, but it still feels off to me.
Yeah.
And what worries me about the trailer is I think they, especially after watching the gameplay footage earlier than this trailer, it makes me think that they pick choice situations to make the trailer look more exciting than the game actually is. And then it's going to be more like
The trailer itself, like everything they've showed off gameplay wise, just looks meh to me. And then trying to like include the story into that trailer was like they made it too vague. So there's nothing to grab onto.
that too. I'm assuming he gets, by the looks of it, he gets trapped in a digital world type of thing. And his friends get used as batteries?
Why is his arm red?
Because he's a virus.
Is he infected with a computer virus? There you go. That's exactly what I was saying. I don't know. Just nothing about it is getting me jazzed. Under the Waves.
It looks...
Do you know anything about Quantic Dreams?
No. Not a clue.
Do you know about any of the games that they made that I listed there? Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls, Detroit Become Human?
No, but
They are also like interactive storytelling games, but you do more than just like pick options. You're actually wandering around the world, making choices with actions.
Yeah.
The story progresses regardless of what happens, but usually you have like 3 characters you control, and it jumps between each one's story. And if they die, they die. The story continues on without them.
Yeah.
Like their story ends, but the other ones keep going. That's those types of games, and I believe that's what this one is going to be as well. But they're really good games that they made.
It looks interesting. Like I was thinking it was going off the concept of, hey, he's it's supposed to be some type of zoologist living under the sea, studying whales and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden towards the end I see, oh wait, that's a flooded city. What the flip?
Yeah. I will say most of their stories that they put in their games are pretty good. Like, I really liked Heavy Rain, and I really liked Detroit Become Human, too, so expect decent things from them.
I had a hard time finding anything about Detroit Become Human, so I have no idea what the hell that is. So.
I mean, it's a game exactly how I described, but you are in a world full of androids, and some are becoming self-aware.
So, iRobot-ish?
Sort of. Less kill human.
Oh, well, no, not iRobot. What the hell's the one with, oh, for the love of God. The one with Robin Williams.
Oh, why you do this to me? Fuck. Bicentennial.
Yes,
Man.
yes. Where the hell did I get iRobot from?
Will Smith? No, not even on that level. Like, more serious.
Well, no, I'm saying, like, same concept. Eventually, he becomes sentient and isn't really like every other robot type of thing.
I mean, just that idea, yes, but scale it up.
Right.
It's a cool game. It's a cool story, I guess. Did you watch the gameplay trailer for Goat Simulator?
Absolutely.
That game's so fucking weird.
Oh my god.
Goat Simulator itself, like the first one, is great. It's so off the wall and weird, but it's awesome.
I'm just watching this and I'm like, oh, this is just stupid fucking fun.
And because of like the first trailer that they put out, the fake out, I want to jump to the end and talk about the other game because I'm so excited about it. But I'm gonna wait.
Okay. So,
I mean, do you want me to say something about it? Did you see the trailer for it? The one at the bottom that I said I was excited for? The last one in the list?
no, why is my computer acting up? No, don't do this to me. Yes, you talk about it. Go ahead, if you want to. I know you're excited.
Yeah. They showed off Dead Island 2.
Yeah.
Finally, after people thought it was dead because we hadn't heard anything about it for a while. And it was on the heels of like an Amazon page saying pre-order the game now and here's the release date. And people were like, wait, where'd this come from? Since when was this being come out? And then they finally showed like a story trailer of a dude, and then they showed a gameplay trailer right after that. Oh, it looks so good.
So basically, somebody fucked up.
It's more like they put it up too early, and then people caught onto it. But yeah, I'm so excited. I love the first Dead Island. It was so great. I mean, it was janky in some parts, but it was a fun game. So finally actually getting to see Dead Island 2 after thinking it was gone, it's exciting.
Yeah.
Where did we leave off? I forgot. Where is it?
Return to Monkey Island.
We've got so many things. Yes. It looks like Monkey Island with a new coat of paint, and I'm not complaining.
Never played this first one.
It's a good game. You sword fight by hurling insults at people. Like, you don't do the sword fighting, they do it, but you have to insult them the best to win the sword fight. Your insults are how you win. Like, your character does better if you're winning the argument.
Like, you actually have to say insults yourself, or they give you a
You
list?
have the options while they're fighting to pick what you want to say.
Oh, okay. So, sort of like a...
Like, that was just from the original Monkey Island, but yeah. It was fun.
It looks cool. I like the art style.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Moonbreaker.
Let me try that again. Turn-based sci-fi game. Still didn't catch on to what it was about, but the trailer was neat.
I don't know. It just makes me think of Warhammer and D&D type of thing. Except you get to
Fair.
Except it's on a video game system.
D&D and Warhammer are on video game systems as well. They have like standalone games.
But I'm talking about, and you that's probably what you mean as well, but because this is the first time hearing of it. But like it's legitimately, they're not hiding anything. It's legitimate game pieces. You're going from. It's not like granted, it gave me like reminds me of the Skea type of stuff.
Hang on, was this what I think it was? I gotta look this up now. This might be actually something that I saw again recently and I'm forgetting about. Yeah, that's right. They were tabletop pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool.
And they don't really... Yes. That game looked really fucking cool. That's what it was.
And
I was thinking it was a different one.
And it looks like you get to color your own characters and everything like that.
Yes, you can paint your own minis. I don't know why I just got excited for that part of the game. You're supposed to be playing the game, not painting in the game, but that's exciting too.
It's sort of, as far as like the game style, not looking at the actual graphics and everything like that, the gameplay reminds me of the combination of like
Disgaea, like you said, yes.
The Disgaea 1 mixed with the future titles where it's radius based instead of just
or
space
even Fire Emblem.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Excuse me. I'm gonna cut that.
Let's see. Friends versus Friends.
I don't know shit about it. I didn't watch that trailer.
I'm just looking at my first thing. You thought it was bad on the other one. My first comment is, what the fucking hell? What
right.
is with all these nutty games?
No release date for it.
I definitely like the art style for this one. I think it would be fun. One of those games that would be fun for us to play. Get like you, me, Callie, Meg, basically the D&D group.
Yeah. Speaking of that, one of these days, all of us need to sit down and play Jackbox.
What is Jackbox?
It's a set of party games.
Okay.
And you play it from your cell phone, but it's a video game. Like, you set it up on the console, and then you, like, hit their servers with a specialized room code from your phone, and then you just play the game on your phone and see the stuff on the screen.
Okay. Interesting.
Yep. All right. Since we're already at an hour, I think we need to speed through these.
We could.
I know that this list is long, but
we could
you
do a part
have got
two
to
if you
get
want.
to bed. I don't know.
All right.
I'm debating because, like, that could work, but then it's just a continuation and nothing new.
Fair enough. Makes you feel any better. I stopped taking. I have maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more games that I actually got to.
Okay. What'd you think of Lies of P?
It looks cool. It's steampunk styled game. Looks to be like a.
I'm more excited at the Dark Souls aspect of
Yeah.
it, since I'm a big Dark Souls fan.
Okay, that's what it was. Because it looked. Because all I kept thinking when I was watching it was was the same style as like Code Vein, and that's exactly what they explain. What the guy at the store explained Code Vein was like. It was basically Dark Souls in anime format.
Yep, that's exactly it.
So
yeah, and it's based on Pinocchio.
Dun dun dun.
I want to see what they did with the story. The game itself seems like it's going to be fun. And I think there's a possibility, if it hasn't been unveiled yet, that it's going to come day one to Game Pass.
Lucky bastard.
Woo! Hey, thanks. What else? Stranded Alien Dawn. Did you see that one?
I did.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Atlas Fallen. Trailer looked cool.
He was pretty.
It was pretty, like the magic they did raising the bridge and then making the sand dinosaurs or whatever the hell those things were come out, while the other person's like floating down on the sand, running to fight them. That was cool.
That was pretty cool. Homeworlds 3. Basically, battleship style strategy game. Reminded me of Risk.
Yeah, I can see that. Or like a Civilization.
Yeah.
Genshin Impact. If you played the game, it's more of that. Just update 3.0. I don't know anything about the game.
Haven't played the game. I just know that it's the big joke is, hey, they got buff guys now.
People like the game. Don't really know anything else about it. Honkai Star Rail. We were just talking about that. Like, that's where you left off, right?
Right. Didn't really have much notes. Looks not.
It was just a story teaser for the game, but I don't know anything about it.
Me neither. Anime. That's it.
Fair enough. High on Life, the Rick and Morty creator game, showed off gameplay against the boss and stuff.
Okay.
I thought it was hilarious and it looked really cool.
I'll have to check it out.
This is also the trailer that made me very tired of reading Kotaku and listening to their opinions, because it seems like they just have shitty takes on things. Yeah. And they complained about the dialogue in the game and how the guns talk to you while you're doing fighting and stuff. And yeah, if a game does it wrong, it's bad. But this game does it contextually, and it's fucking hilarious.
I think I might have saw that trailer, because it was Unless I'm confusing it with the Borderlands one, literally had a little gun with 2 feet talking shit.
Yes.
That's this one?
Yeah.
Okay, then.
There was also in that trailer, there's a knife that's called like Mr. Stabby or whatever, and he talks and he like whips onto things too.
Oh, Jesus.
It seems hilarious.
Oh, absolutely.
But the biggest thing about that game, which rubbed me the wrong way on what Kotaku said, was that it's not just random dialogue that they're spouting. They're talking to you based on what you are actually doing in the game and giving you advice on stuff.
That's cool.
It's all contextual. Yeah. But Kotaku's gonna Kotaku. Hard Space Shipbreaker. That seems interesting to me. First-person space game. Not sure what kind of game it is, though.
You know more than me.
The Expanse. Another Telltale game based on the show. I never watched the show.
Neither did I.
All right, well, there you go. It's an interactive story game based on the show. Might be a new story, might be a continuation. I have no fucking clue. Here you go. You say the next one.
Killer clowns from outer space. That was awesome. I didn't see the announcement on that one, but
that was a surprise.
Yeah, the fact that I read that on here, I'm like, big smile on my face.
Yeah. That's gonna be fun. Scars Above, sci-fi action game, no release date. Don't know shit about it.
Same. Why does Word Song sound familiar?
You know, I don't know. It sounded familiar to me too, but I can't place it to anything.
I think we might have talked about it in, a couple weeks back or something like that.
Let me pull it up really quick. I can't spell. Word Song.
Hold on.
I do not recognize the trailer.
I think I know what this is. Hold on.
Oh, it's an RPG by Bethesda and Obsidian. Wait a minute. Is this... no. This is not what I thought it was. At first I thought it was a trailer for an RPG that they were working on a while ago, but this does not look like it. Because Obsidian was working on like a medieval RPG, or first-person medieval RPG. Yeah. But I haven't heard anything more about that. Thought it might have been this, but I don't think so now.
I may have.
That trailer tells you nothing.
It tells you what they made.
Yeah, that's it. Like, congratulations, you're Bethesda. We know what you made. Obsidian helped you make Fallout New Vegas. We get it. That's all we got from that.
I see.
Age of Empires 4's got DLC coming out. The Ottomans and the Malians.
Dun dun dun. The Ottoman Empire. Wahaha.
Yes. Did you get to see the Gotham Knights story trailer and villain trailer?
I did not. What did I miss?
Gameplay looks fun. Looks a lot better, but it's no Arkham Asylum.
What can we do?
But it's still neat. It looks fun, for the most part. You gotta really like those kind of things.
Where wins me?
Where the... yeah. Cinematics and story trailer. No release date. No clue.
The next one is where I wish I knew Japanese. Kojima makes a podcast.
He speaks English.
Is he going to speak English in the podcast, though?
I was just about to say, I have no clue if it's going to be in English or not.
If it's not, it does me no good.
Hey, maybe he'll record it and then re-record it in English, or maybe he'll have an interpreter do it. Who knows? When it comes out, we'll find out.
Maybe it's a video podcast.
Park.
And there'll be subtitles.
Oh, there you go. That would work. Well, it's directly going to Spotify, so...
Okay, so
I don't know.
Chances of that happening are slim to none.
Yeah. Parks Beyond. Seems like a thrill ride game. Or what was the other one? No. What the fuck was the drag coaster building game? I can't think of it.
Tycoon?
There you go. Thank you. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. But this is, yeah, just like that. It's an amusement park simulator game.
Woohoo!
Yay.
I don't know. I didn't see it, so I can't. I'm probably being an asshole to these people.
That's fine. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. And some people are one. I saw you furrow your brow. Was that because of the Pokemon concept car?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I think it's Volkswagen that's putting that out. And the trailer they showed and the little interview they did before it tells you nothing. No explanation as to what it is, what it can do, why, nothing. Just, hey, Pokemon car.
How much you want to bet it's
Cool.
a color schemed beetle?
I don't know. But in the like little trailer thing they showed off, they showed a family sitting like kind of in front of it with what looks like the car itself was projecting an episode of Pokemon on a wall for them to watch. It's weird. It's really weird.
And you can't install a projector on your own car. You need a Pokemon themed one.
I don't fucking know, man. Don't ask me. Ask Volkswagen. I don't know. Yeah.
Where?
Warhammer 40K, another Warhammer game. But it's Dark Tide.
I haven't played any of the other ones, so I couldn't tell you.
I've played a couple of them, and I've not liked them because of the type of games they are. I don't like top-down isometric games with like cooldown systems. It's just too slow and not necessarily methodical to me. But there's like not enough stuff going on, and I don't like juggling a bunch of different things on cooldown and shit like that. But they're good games. They played well. It's just not my kind of thing. They do have a Warhammer first-person shooter, I think, but I can't remember which one it is, and I haven't tried it.
Oh my god. I think I know what you're talking about, too. But that's an old game, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Blacktail. Bow and arrow.
Don't know. Just know that they showed off bow and arrows. Cool. Exciting.
Woohoo. Phantom Hellcat.
Didn't watch it.
Same here. This is going quick. Crossfire X.
That is like a military-style shooter, but it's like squad-based, I think. They have it for free on the Xbox. I haven't played it.
Okay, so I'm never going to touch it. Got it.
I'm sure that it's on other things, but I don't think you're missing out on anything.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I'm never going to touch it.
Okay. Dwarf Romantic. It's a Switch game. But what's cool, it's made by 4 students from Berlin.
Do you know what it's about?
It's coming out at the end of... Nope. But it's coming out at the end of September.
That's a good way to sell a game. We know nothing about it.
Yeah.
But
Hey, I'm not speaking for him. I'm just saying.
they're like, we're from Berlin. We made a game. Buy it in September.
Cool.
Let's see.
Oh, it's cute.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a cute little game. The look of it is cool. Oh, it's a city builder. That's what it is. There you go.
Cutesy city builder. Okay.
Yeah. It's got a nice art style look. Let me rephrase that. The art style looks cool.
Okay, so I shouldn't knock on it. I should probably just give it a look see at least.
I mean, check out the trailer. You might like the artwork, but if you like city builders, great. If not, then don't worry about it.
Okay, works for me.
Outlast Trials.
Any idea what that?
Nothing. Yeah, I didn't watch this trailer, but I'm looking at this right now, and it looks weird. It looks like a cross between Atomic Hearts trailer and Callisto Protocol.
Okay. Like in a good way or a bad way?
In a good way. It's creepy, but looks cool. Looks like it's probably going to be either a third-person shooter or a first-person shooter.
Maybe you can switch.
Maybe. And since we did Dead Island earlier, you want to take the last one?
What, the finals? Oh, no.
Yes.
I have no idea what the finals are. Let's see. The final destruction. I'm on YouTube. Don't be a pain in my ass.
Well, the game itself is just called the Finals, and then they showed off like destruction in the game, in the trailer.
Finals gameplay. Okay, I just see like a giant marshmallow.
Oh, it's a Nexon game, so it's going to be free to play. Okay. So it's a free to play first person shooter game that also has destructible environments. Made by Nexon, who made MapleStory,
So,
or at least distributed it.
literally now, the finals, premiere, teaser, game trailer. Come on, stop being a pain in my ass. Answer core.
You're not missing out on anything. The trailer I just watched was 20 seconds long. That showed nothing.
Oh, yeah. I see the marshmallow, that's it.
So you say marshmallow, I say egg. In the trailer I watched, like, the egg did something and then it broke and yellow shit spilled out. So I think it's an egg.
I don't know, I just saw it go like this, and that's about it.
Okay. Alright. These last 4 things.
Okay.
We don't have to talk about all of them. Mm-hmm. There's one, maybe 2 on there in particular that I think are worth mentioning, but don't necessarily have to be. What interests you from that?
Let's go with Nintendo Direct.
So yeah, people are expecting a Nintendo Direct sometime in September, like just showing off anything. Mm-hmm. But there's a rumor going around that there will be a Direct, and during it they're going to show off a Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD pack or collection, or maybe separately, which I don't want to get excited and get my hopes dashed again. So I am cautiously optimistic, because that would be a day one purchase and I would stay home and play them all day long, because that's me. I mean, if my tattoos say anything, of course, but they have not come out and said anything yet. So.
Oh, by the way, I saw Ross and I said, "Awesome job."
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he stopped by. He stopped by work to do some insurance stuff, and I was like, "Oh, by the way."
Oh shit! How'd you know it was him?
We only insured 2 of the guys there, Ross and the owner.
I didn't know that. Damn. Wow. So, did you tell him that you knew who I was?
Yeah. Because he said you told him that one of your friends works at his insurance company.
Yeah, I forgot all about that. Damn, small world, man.
Oh, absolutely.
That's great. Oh, I'm glad you met him. He's a cool dude.
Oh, absolutely. He's the most chill person in the world.
So yes, hoping for Nintendo Direct with Legend of Zelda, but not getting my hopes up.
Yeah, don't put yourself in that rabbit hole. It doesn't end well.
Yeah. Oh, it is a big deal that Sony and Tencent both own a collective stake in FromSoft now. Even if it is only 30%, they've both bought shares of the company, which is like one step into buying the company itself. Because From Software is making money hand over fist with their formula, basically. You know, because they made the Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Elden Ring, and now, I forget. Or Sekiro was the other one, and Elden Ring was the last. But the company itself is huge, so the fact that they have a stake in the company is like a foot in the door.
Oh, absolutely. How much you want to bet this is going to eventually turn into like Disney and Hulu situation?
This might turn into a bidding war between Tencent and Sony. Because Tencent is a Chinese distribution company who is buying stake in different companies, whereas Sony is Sony.
Oh, so this might turn into a Disney Comcast situation over Fox.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
But remember, they only collectively own 30%, so From Software still has like majority hold and has the last say in shit.
It's still a significant
anyway.
amount.
Yes. Yay, they're making a new Mafia game. Who? That's all I have to say about that. I am upset, and the Halo community is upset at 343.
Okay.
After radio silence for a long-ass time now, after their last update, they finally put out a roadmap today, and today being September 1st. And they have showed that they are going to release 2 new maps over the course of the next year, I think it was. Obviously, they're going to introduce some new game modes. They have 2 seasons planned. This season was only supposed to last 3 months, I think, but they made it 6 months to give them time to work on stuff. And now it's being pushed to 10 months because they have nothing. Because they're working on the Forge beta to finally release after talking about it for so long and not doing anything. For some reason, they are having a match experience beta where they want people to play and see how much experience you get per match so that way they can fine-tune it. Because you think that would be implemented when the game first came out. And the biggest thing is they have permanently dropped couch co-op. After back in the day when they first unveiled it saying, we promise we're making this, it's going to be part of the game, you wanted it, we're doing it. They now come out and said, sorry, not happening. And that's what people are most upset about. Online co-op still happening. Not for a long time. But it's still coming. But people are upset that they are now going back on a lot of promises that they made and are trying to do all these other things rather than what they have said that they were going to do or were supposed to be working on.
Right.
And some people have taken it to the point where they're saying 343 needs to stop with Halo and they need to give it to somebody else.
Yeah, because that...
And even to the point where they're digging up old interviews where Phil Spencer said, like the quote at the top of the page was, if we lose our way with Halo or if we've lost our way with Halo, then we've lost our way entirely or with the game or something like that. And I liked Halo Infinite. Like the story was fun. Gameplay or multiplayer when it first came out was great. But it's just not the same anymore. And if they can't fix it now, then I think they definitely need to give it to somebody else.
Agreed.
It's just too many stumbles and missteps to say, okay, when is enough enough? Right,
exactly. And I'm sorry, if they can't do couch co-op, I think that's just laziness on their part. That's what people started out with. You shouldn't have to. If you want your buddy over, you should be able to play side by side on the couch and not have to have a separate system altogether.
I think like the biggest thing is that they promised it from the beginning when the game was in development, and then after all this time, it wasn't. Dude, the game shipped in a bare bones state. They split multiplayer and the campaign itself into 2 separate things because multiplayer was free. You were allowed to download that and play it as it was. And then they just kept falling over themselves trying to fine-tune things and fix things. And then they had the microtransactions were just too expensive and nobody was buying them. So they were trying to fix that and make that better and more transparent. And they didn't have Forge when it first came out. I don't even know if they had theater mode when it first came out as well. And they've just been slowly trying to fix it because the game itself was in development for way longer than they wanted it to be. So they got the game in a playable state, shipped it as a bare bones package, and then we're going to add all the features later on. And now they're just dropping features. It's a sad state that Halo is in these days.
It basically just sounds like a scam.
I mean, that's a hell of a way to put it. I don't think that's what they're shooting for, but it's like, don't say something if you're not going to deliver it.
Right, exactly.
Yep.
You advertised this, people bought it expecting to be getting this.
And it was the head of the company that was making these claims too.
Right.
Like, I don't know if you follow it, but Bonnie Ross is the head of 343, and she's like, yeah, it's coming. No, it's not.
You lying sack of shit.
And I get it, they have to make choices and decisions and get the most important things out and make sure the game's in a playable state and all that stuff, but this, dude, this is like a 10 or 11-year-old statement that she made. And now it's like, nope. Wait, that's an exaggeration. Phil Spencer's claim on Halo losing his way was back in 2011. Her statement on Halo and having couch co-op was 2016 or 18, something like that.
Even
So it's still, years in development, but the fact that she said that, and now here we are with the game out piecemeal, and she says no, it's like, well, fuck.
all right.
Yeah. That's the right answer, just... So yeah, a lot of the people... Oh, that was another thing I forgot. They put out a video talking about some of the updates and, like, what Halo means to development, I think, or, like, their key areas of focus, and one of the people talking was, like, Halo is inherently a competitive game. So we want, like, to focus on the competitive angle of it. And people are like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I play Halo competitively because I like the sweatiness of it, but a lot of people play, like, the weird party games that people make in Forge, or just, like, randomly jump into quick play just because it's fun. They don't do it because they're sweaty and they want to get, like, 13-0 every game.
Right.
So I would argue that it's not inherently competitive. Any game that you play against somebody else is competitive, yes, but people don't do it for the nature of it being competitive. They do it for the nature of fun. So that rubbed people the wrong way as well. I'll get off my soapbox now.
No, it's a fair statement and brings it back to the original gripe. Their statement was that we're focusing on the competitive nature. What's more competitive than having the couch co-op? You're competing against the person right next to you.
Well, it depends on how you look at it. They do... Oh, I don't even know if they introduce scoring. Because if they did, then yeah, you can be competitive with your couch co-op friend, because then you're competing to see who gets the most points. I don't know. It's frustrating.
Let's correct that statement. They're focusing on the competitive nature of their sponsorships, where the championship games, the professional gamers, that actually brings in...
That's like maybe 2% of the Halo community, like people who actually play it. It's a very small subsect of people.
But that's where they're actually aiming at. Let's correct that statement. That's...
Should you focus on the 2% or should you focus on the other 98% of people who play?
I agree. They should focus on the 98%. But they're focusing on the 2% because of the free publicity.
They focused on them at the start when they were adjusting multiplayer to begin with. Because the community was up in arms about certain guns and how they fired, or being in competitive play to begin with. And of course, due to outcry about that shit, they changed it. And then people were pissed off that they changed it. So can't win.
Nope, not at all. But it brings the whole conversation to full circle where we started in talking about money greed and shit like that.
I just feel like they've probably lost their way on this. Maybe even trying to do too much all at once and not being able to handle it. I don't know. They haven't said anything or come out explaining, yeah, we fucked up and here's how. They're just like, we're doing our best. When do you cut your losses?
I think at this point the community should say it best and be like, hey, we're going to, even though they're going to probably get a loss, if you have a physical copy of the game, go trade it into GameStop for pennies. And if you have the digital version...
I mean, yeah, you could, because multiplayer was free to download. If that's all you want to play, then you got it. You're set. Yeah. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
All right, I think I kept you up long enough. You need to get to sleep.
Yeah, tomorrow's going to be fun. I don't even know what the hell I'm doing at orientation. Are we just, like, there to see the kids' classrooms and just... I don't know.
You just boot him into the room and close the door and run away.
Well, even
like,
then, he's
boom,
not.
See you later.
It's not like it's a class day. I'm going in there with him to meet the teacher and go through the orientation and all that. and then I bring him back to his grandparents when it's all done. So I don't know if this is like an hour, 2 hours. And
I think Megan went to Amelia's orientation today, and that was like half hour to an hour long.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just go in, meet everybody, show them around the classroom.
And the hilarious part about this is, because it's the Labor Day weekend, my work's closing at 1. I'm going into work late. I'm probably going to work for like 2 hours.
I was going to say you're lucky, but I get out of work 2 hours early and I work from home, so.
Be like,
yay me.
Be like, I'm at work. I got the business shorts on. Oh wait, now it's time to go. I'm off the clock. Shorts off.
Kinda. I roll out of bed, PJs on, go downstairs, make coffee, sit in front of the computer, and don't move. Generally. Or I knock out what I can in the morning, then I'm like, I'll do whatever.
Any word if you guys are have to go back to the office, or are you guys still?
Oh, we're back in the office. We've been at the office since beginning of August. No, even before then. Yeah, it was like June, I think. And then they gave us 1 day remote, and then they ended up giving us another day remote. So.
Oh, so
2 on, or 3 on, 2 off.
That's not bad.
It's something.